All right, so you wanted to dive deep into this New Jersey phenomenon, right?
Yeah, it's a fascinating case.
And we've got all these news articles to go through.
Oh yeah, they chronicle the whole thing pretty much as it happened.
It's going to be a wild ride, I can already tell.
Oh yeah, definitely.
We're talking like strange lights in the sky,
Mm-hmm.
cryptic messages, maybe even a prophecy.
Oh, it's got it all.
The whole 9 yards. Ready to get your mind blown.
Absolutely. Let's jump in.
Okay, so this all starts in Morris County, New Jersey,
Right.
with, just ordinary people
Regular folks, yeah.
seeing these weird glowing shapes in the sky.
Yeah, it's really striking how it all began,
Yeah.
Like at first, you can imagine most folks probably just thought,
Oh, yeah, probably just some drones or something.
exactly, just some kids messing around with drums. But then
But then they started moving in ways that,
that just, defied explanation.
no way.
Silent, smooth movements, like nothing anyone had ever seen before.
It's like out of a movie or something.
Yeah.
Sci-fi, for sure.
Absolutely, yeah.
And they weren't just random lights, right?
No.
It was like shapes.
These complex geometric patterns,
Whoa.
triangles, hexagons, spirals even. It's almost as if, well,
As if they were trying to communicate.
exactly, like some kind of, cosmic semaphore.
That's crazy. So the articles mention this journalist.
Oh yeah, Claire Reed.
Who was like totally skeptical at first.
As he would be.
But then she saw this thing with her own eyes. And
Became a believer.
yeah, I mean, can you imagine
I can't even imagine
seeing something like that?
what must have been going through her mind.
It must have been just like life-changing.
Oh, absolutely. And, her experience really kicked off this whole media frenzy. It's like overnight, this small-town curiosity became a global phenomenon.
Yeah, and it gets even weirder.
Oh, does it ever?
Because remember how some people thought it might be drones?
Right.
Well, apparently every time these shapes appeared, there was all this weird stuff happening with radio signals.
Interference.
Yeah. Static, strange noises, the whole shebang.
Oh, wow. So like electromagnetic disturbances.
Exactly. So Clara, being a journalist, she's got connections.
Of course.
Reaches out to her friend, Dr. Ravi Shah.
Oh, the astrophysicist.
That's the one. And he suggests that these signals...
Wait, hold on. You're saying he thinks the signals were...
alien communication.
Whoa, okay. Now this is getting interesting.
Right. It's mind-blowing. Like, what if we've been looking for the wrong signs this whole time?
What do you mean?
Like, instead of giant spaceships...
Or little green men?
Yeah. What if it's these subtle things, like whispers in the static?
That's a really interesting thought. Like maybe that's how they've been trying to reach us all along.
Right. It's like a whole new way of thinking about alien contact.
Wow. Okay, you've got my attention now.
Yeah.
So these shapes are appearing, messing with our radios. What happens next?
Okay, so buckle up, because here's where it gets really creepy.
Okay, ready.
So they start projecting these images into the sky.
Images. Like what?
Like visions of Earth, but alongside these alien landscapes.
Whoa, so they're showing us where they come from.
Yeah, and then, get this, they actually reveal who they are.
They give themselves a name.
They call themselves the messengers.
The messengers, huh? I mean, that sends chills down my spine just thinking about it.
I know, right? And wait, there's more. These messengers, they led investigators to this ancient cave in Morocco.
A cave. Why a cave?
It's what they found there.
Hold on, let me think. Carvings on the cave walls.
Yes.
And they matched the star maps, the ones the messengers were showing.
You got it. Like they were leaving clues, a trail of breadcrumbs.
Okay, that's just too freaky. What else was in the cave?
Okay, so this is where it gets really interesting. The cave contained what looks like a prophecy.
A prophecy. About what?
It spoke of these powerful beings called the architects.
The architects, huh? And what do?
They're referred to as the guardians of the void. And the prophecy says their arrival could bring either salvation or destruction.
Okay, talk about high stakes. So we've got messengers, architects, and a prophecy. Anything else I should be worried about?
Oh, yeah, we're just getting started.
Oh, no.
Don't forget the countdown.
Wait, there's a countdown.
Oh, yeah, the carvings, along with those projections from the messengers, they revealed a simple but terrifying message.
What was it?
7 days?
7 days. To what?
Exactly. That's what everyone was trying to figure out. Can you imagine the global panic?
I can only imagine. The whole world must have been freaking out.
Oh, totally. The world leaders scrambled to form this, global task force.
They called it the Unity Initiative, right?
Yeah, the Unity Initiative, dedicated to figuring out, what the messengers wanted, how to prepare, the whole 9 yards.
So did they succeed? Did they make contact, decipher the messages?
Well, that's the story for part 2. Okay, so last time we left off with this whole countdown thing.
7 days, right?
And everyone's freaking out, trying to figure out what's going to happen when time runs out.
Right. It was a global panic situation.
So what happened? Did the architects just show up?
Well, let's just say they made an entrance. You've got to picture this.
Okay, I'm picturing it.
7th day, the sun rises, and suddenly there's this colossal sphere, like eclipsing the sun.
No way!
Yeah, casting this like eerie twilight over the whole world. It was awe-inspiring, but also kind of terrifying.
Yeah, I bet. So it was just like, bam, giant sphere in the sky.
Well, not just the giant sphere. There were also these smaller spheres.
Smaller sphere.
Yeah, like an honor guard flanking the big one.
Whoa, they really went all out.
Yeah, they definitely made a statement. So you can imagine people are freaking out, right? Sensory overload.
I can only imagine, what did people do?
I mean, it must have been chaos. But here's the thing.
Well,
Instead of raining down fire and brimstone,
yeah.
one of those messengers, like a larger one,
Huh?
descended right into the courtyard.
Wait, the courtyard, where the Unity Initiative was?
Yeah, projected this like shimmering doorway of light.
Oh, wow.
It was an invitation,
An invitation for who?
specifically for Clara,
Clara, the journalist.
the one and only. Apparently, the architects had been, observing her.
Watching her.
Yeah, her articles, her actions, everything.
So they did their research.
Oh, yeah. And they saw in her, like, a representative of humanity's potential.
They saw something special in her.
Exactly. And they wanted to make contact through her.
That's amazing. So what happened? Did she walk through the doorway?
Oh, yeah, she did. And on the other side, according to her accounts,
What was it like?
she described this vast ethereal space, like where constellations swirled on the walls and the floor rippled like water, but it was solid.
Trippy. So, alien architecture.
Totally. And at the center of it all, there was this figure.
A figure. Like a person.
Humanoid, but radiating pure energy, luminous, almost abstract.
Oh, wow. So a glowing alien being? Did it speak?
It did. And Clara said its voice was like a symphony.
A symphony.
Yeah, like resonating with power and wisdom.
What did it say? What was the message?
It explained that they, the architects, were like custodians of life, observers of the cosmos.
Cosmic caretakers.
Yeah, something like that. And their purpose was to assess humanity's readiness
Readiness for what?
to join this larger community of worlds.
Like a galactic club. And they were checking if we made the cut.
You got it. But instead of like a checklist,
Right.
they showed her a panorama of Earth's history.
The whole thing.
Pretty much. The good, the bad, the ugly. Their message was clear.
What was it?
Humanity's at a crossroads. We could either uplift the cosmos or plunge it into chaos.
That's a lot of pressure.
Oh, yeah, no kidding.
Yeah.
And they gave us the deadline to prove ourselves.
A deadline? How long?
The end of the day. To show them we were worthy to join their club.
So the fate of humanity rested on one day. Talk about high stakes.
I know, right?
Yeah.
And with all the chaos and division going on, I mean, it's a long shot,
Yeah, you had General Harding and his people convinced that the architects were a threat.
Oh, yeah, he wasn't about to start singing Kumbaya.
Right. And you had different religious groups interpreting it all in their own ways.
It was a mess.
So what did they do? How do you even prove yourself worthy to a bunch of cosmic judges in one day?
Well, Clara knew that unity was their only hope.
Unity.
Yeah, so she gave this incredibly powerful speech, broadcast globally.
What did she say?
She appealed to humanity's better nature, reminded everyone that the architects were watching, but that we were also watching ourselves.
Judging ourselves, right.
Exactly. And she urged everyone to prove their worth, not to the architects, but to each other.
Wow, that's powerful. So did anyone listen?
It's amazing. Her message really did touch millions. Across the globe, people gathered in these peaceful vigils,
Really?
projecting messages of unity, showing their shared humanity.
So there was hope.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
But of course, not everyone was on board.
Hurting, I'm guessing.
You guessed it. He saw Clara's broadcast as a sign of weakness,
Like surrendering to the aliens.
Exactly. Driven by fear, he ordered his forces to attack one of the smaller spheres.
He attacked them.
He thought force was the only way to protect humanity.
It's like he completely missed the point.
I know, right?
Yeah.
Like, did he really think he could win against these beings?
So what happened? Did they retaliate? Okay, so Harding just attacked the architects.
Yep.
What happened? Did they, like, vaporize us?
Well, they could have, easily, but they didn't. Instead, they decided to put humanity on trial.
A trial.
Yeah, like a cosmic courtroom drama.
So it wasn't just about, like, technology or equations.
No, it was about something much deeper.
What do you mean?
They wanted to see who we really were. Our heart, our soul.
Not just our weapons and spaceships.
Exactly. And the way they did it, it was incredible. Remember those markers the messengers left?
Yeah, the ones at all the ancient sites.
Those started transmitting these beams of light up to the giant sphere.
Beams of light? What were they sending?
Fragments of human history. Like all our greatest triumphs.
Our biggest failures.
The whole shebang. Wars, acts of kindness, discoveries, art.
It was like they were watching a movie of our entire history.
A highlight reel of humanity.
So what did they think? Did we pass the test?
Their judgment echoed across the planet. They called us a species of contradictions.
Contradiction.
Yeah, capable of great good and great evil.
Always teetering between harmony and chaos.
Exactly. And they said the choice of which path to follow was ours to make.
So they gave us a chance to prove ourselves. But how? With everything going on, how could we possibly convince them we were worthy?
It's interesting. The messengers, they started forming those fractal equations in the sky.
The ones Ravi discovered.
Yeah. Like they were giving us a hint,
Yeah.
showing us what they valued.
Balance, right?
Exactly. And Clara's message of unity, it started to spread even further.
So people were getting it.
Yeah, they were starting to understand our differences didn't have to divide us.
But Harding, he didn't buy it, right?
No, he didn't. He saw it all as a threat. He ordered another attack, this time on one of the smaller spheres.
He attacked again.
He was convinced it was the only way to protect humanity.
It's like he was living in a different reality.
I know, right? So this time, the messengers, they didn't just deflect the missiles.
What'd they do?
They showed images of planets that had failed their trials. Barren wastelands, desolate landscapes.
Planets that had destroyed themselves.
Exactly. It was a warning, a glimpse into a possible future for us.
That's terrifying. So, were we doomed? Was that it for humanity?
Well, Clara's message was gaining momentum. More and more people were starting to listen.
Even some of Harding's own soldiers.
Yeah, they started questioning his orders. They saw the futility of fighting.
So they gave up.
They laid down their weapons, choosing peace over conflict.
Wow. So even in the face of all that, humanity started to come together.
It was a turning point.
So what happened? Did it work? Did the architects change their minds?
Well, at sunrise, the architects, they spoke one last time. They said we weren't ready yet.
We failed.
Not exactly. They said we still had much to learn, much to overcome.
But they didn't destroy us.
No. They said the markers would remain.
As a reminder.
Yeah, reminders of our potential. And that when we were truly ready, we could call upon them again.
So it wasn't a rejection, more like a postponement.
Exactly. A chance to get our act together.
And then they left.
The smaller spheres disappeared, and the giant one, it pulsed a few times.
Like a heartbeat.
And then it vanished, leaving behind a sky full of possibilities.
Wow. What a story. So we went from strange lights in the sky to, like, a cosmic trial for humanity.
Yeah, it really puts things in perspective, doesn't it?
It makes you realize how small we are, but also how much potential we have.
Exactly. And how important our choices are.
Right. The architects may be gone for now, but they left us with a lot to think about.
Oh, absolutely. And hopefully, we learned our lesson.
That's it for our deep dive this week, folks. Thanks for joining us on this incredible journey. It's a lot to take in, I know, but don't stop exploring. Keep asking questions, and who knows, maybe one day we'll be ready for that cosmic club after all.